Drop the money in there already. Don't feel like it's tied up until you're older. I know a lot of people in their 20s and 30s don't put money in a retirement account. They're like, well, what if I need money for a home? What if I need money to start a business? What if I need money to pay for college? Guys, don't worry about it. The exact money you put in, you can take out for any freaking reason you want.
The government doesn't want you to die with money in your retirement account. They would love to tax you before you die. So if you have money in a 401k, a traditional 401k, a traditional IRA, and you start to get into your 70s, the IRS is going to go, nah, you got to start taking some required minimum distributions. And if you don't do it, there's some penalties. It's not fun. Well, do I have to do that with a Roth now?
We're excited to be with you today because we are talking about one of our favorite things, the Roth IRA. And some of you know a Roth IRA, and we know the benefit, tax-free growth. But there's a lot more to it than just tax-free growth.
Oh, so many hidden little treasures with the Roth. It's a gift that just keeps giving.
It really does. You know, even Uncle Eddie, he would have a Roth IRA.
Yeah, I'm already looking at your list, and I almost want to add number 5 is the inherited Roth.
Well, that's how I got the spousal, but you could do inherited number 5. Good Lord. All right.
It's going to be good.
We're already making audibles.
Yeah, we're calling audibles. All right. So let's get to it. This is exciting. And we really do believe the Roth IRA is the Cadillac, the flagship of proper retirement planning, because it's just something everybody should fund every year, and there's so many incredible benefits. I'm going to hit the basic, and then you can start with number 1. Okay. The basic that all of you should already know is a Roth grows tax-free. It's not tax-deferred. You're going to put money in after-tax money, so you're going to pay taxes, and then any money you have laying around, per se, you're going to put into your Roth. You don't get a write-off, but then you can build it tax-free, pull it out tax-free after you've held it 5 years or you turn 59 and a half, whichever's later. So 59 and a half is when this tax-free ATM really turns on. If you're later in life and you haven't started a Roth, get on it. And they're great at any age, any income level. You just need earned income. You're going to build that Roth. Okay, that's the basics most people kind of know. But now let's give you some unique benefits. What's number 1? Yeah,
the first unique benefit is the backdoor Roth IRA, because a lot of people think, I can't do a Roth IRA. I make too much money. My accountant told me I make $200,000 a year and I don't qualify for it anymore if I'm single, or maybe I'm making $300,000 or $250K. It kind of starts phasing out there if you're married. And so you've been told that. That's not true. You can still do a Roth IRA. It takes the backdoor Roth IRA, which is a way you put money into a traditional IRA that's a non-deductible contribution. You don't take a deduction on it. And then you do a Roth conversion and you move that $7,000 a year, $8,000 if you're 50 or older, but you can put in a certain amount per year. You move that over into the Roth IRA with a conversion. Now, typically when you do a Roth conversion, it's taxable, right? If I convert $100,000 from traditional to Roth, I have to pay tax and I take that $100,000 in income. But in the backdoor Roth IRA, it was non-deductible. So let's say it was $7,000, and I do a conversion. That $7,000 goes into a Roth IRA, no tax because I never took a deduction.
And it is shocking how many professionals that are licensed financial advisors in the industry don't even know this. And so don't be too mad if you're like, well, I've never heard about this. What the heck? Why hasn't my advisor told me? It's just, it's the craziest thing. I don't know why it's not talked about more in the financial industry. But this is a big topic. We've got other podcasts on the back door. So you want to go, we're going to give you these 5 unique benefits. Each one of these is its own podcast. You can go back into the history, and we've got articles on this. This is a strategy in Matt's book, the Self-Directed IRA Handbook. So there's more to learn here. But let's just tell you, whatever you've heard, it's a myth. You can have a 401k at work. You can have a Roth IRA. You can make a lot of money, have a Roth IRA. You can be old. You can be young. You can have a Roth IRA. Roths for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's all good. So that's the first unique benefit that many people don't realize, is that you can be a part of the party. So if you wanted to be in that frat house and you wanted to go to that party and you made too much money, you couldn't walk in the front door. You can get in the side door. You can get into Gamma Roth party, and it's there for everybody.
Phi Kappa Roth for everyone. Yeah. All right, you're in the party. And like Mark said, we do have other videos on this. If you have traditional IRAs, you have to convert those first. There's some other rules on that. Some good takeaways. All right. Am I good to hit number 2? All right, let me hit number 2. This is something I love about the Roth IRA, because this is very unique to a Roth IRA. You can't do it in a Roth 401k. You can't do it in a traditional IRA. You can't do it in a traditional 401k. It's the one thing you can do. It only counts in a Roth IRA. When I put my $7,000 a year into a Roth IRA. Let's say I did that for 3 years, $21,000 of contributions in the Roth IRA. And let's say the account's now worth 30 grand because I had some investment growth, $9,000 of investment growth. Now I can take that 21,000 out whenever I want. The contributions you put into a Roth IRA, you can take out whenever you want.
No penalty, Matt?
No penalty.
No tax?
No tax. Okay.
Wow.
I don't have to wait till I'm 59 and a half. I don't have to wait 5 years. I can take it out whenever I want. It's a unique thing to Roth IRAs. And the reason I love it is because I want people to feel like, drop the money in there already. Don't feel like it's tied up until you're older. I know a lot of people in their 20s and 30s don't put money in a retirement account. They're like, well, what if I need money for a home? What if I need money to start a business? What if I need money to pay for college? Guys, don't worry about it. The exact money you put in, you can take out for any freaking reason you want.
I love it. Not that we would recommend that.
Yeah.
We want to let that snowball go down the hill, and every time it turns over, you get more and more snow on it. But if you need to. Now, this is why the Roth IRA is our preferred choice, again, even compared to life insurance. And I know that some of you out here listening to this show have been hit up with whole life, flex, universal life, VUL, infinity this, whatever that. They're coming up with every name they can in the book to sell you life insurance. Not that life insurance is bad. Not that it doesn't work. But
it's not a replacement for
It's
a Roth.
not a replacement. You start with the Roth because you have so much more control over it. You can invest in anything you want. You wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you didn't know that. You can self-direct the Roth. You can put that money in, take it out, let the snowball keep going down the hill. All these unique benefits where life insurance is more lock and load, stick on the plan. You're on a train, and it's on a train track it's hard to get off. And so, again, not that it's bad. Now, we again have podcasts on the Roth strategy and how we even use this with college savings. I like this for kids. They can pull it out for college. No tax, no penalty. So very unique benefit. I love that as number 2.
Yeah, and the only caveat I'll say there is if you're doing the backdoor Roth IRA and you want to pull those contributions out, that $7,000 a year, there is a 5-year rule. But you can even do that before you're 59 and a half. So let's say in 2019, I dropped in $6,000 that year, and now it's 5 years later, I can pull that out, even though I'm not 59 and a half. So there's a 5-year Roth conversion rule for each conversion that applies to a backdoor Roth IRA. But a regular Roth IRA where you're making your contributions, you pull those contributions out whenever the heck you want.
All right, now number 3, and some of you may not realize how cool this is, but it's called the RMD, Required Minimum Distribution. Now, if you've never heard of this, the concept is the government doesn't want you to die with money in your retirement account. They would love to tax you before you die. So if you have money in a 401k, a traditional 401k, a traditional IRA, and you start to get into your 70s, the IRS is going to go, nah, you got to start taking some required minimum distributions and start draining that account. We want to tax it. You set it aside for retirement. Now, damn it, use it. And so there's this required minimum distribution rule. And if you don't do it, there's some penalties. It's not fun. And it's a pain in the butt. You got to go do calculations every year. It's based on all of your retirement accounts and la, 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 la. Well, do I have to do that with a Roth, Matt?
You get a skip. You get like this skip card in
little hall pass.
You just pass that to the IRS and you say, skip, I got a Roth, all right? Because there's no RMD. Is that 73 is that magic age right now? You hit that, you got a Roth IRA, no RMD. And here's another thing that's funny. I was talking to a CPA the other day. He converted all of his traditional accounts to Roth. And one of the reasons he did it is he wanted to be under the income limits where he still got this, his Social Security wasn't taxable. He was really trying to really structure his income. He's like, because I got the Roth, there's no RMD. But if I had the traditional, I had to take out a certain amount. And that would make it become taxable.
Put them in a different bracket.
Yeah, puts me in a tax bracket.
This is why that Roth conversion, when you can do it, is so powerful. We want you to turn the corner into retirement with all your money Roth. And yes, it's taxed when you convert, but we want to do it in chunks. We call it chunking. We've got podcasts on that. And the Roth conversion is such a fun strategy because Matt said it before and he'll say it again. Short-term pain for
long-term gain.
Boom, boom. So let's get on that track. So super exciting, no RMDs. All right, number 4.
Okay, number 4, the spousal rollover. Now, I know this isn't a perk you're looking forward to, but maybe your spouse is when you die. Because in this example, you die.
Yeah, now in this, there is a catch. You may not be married, And we want to talk about the inherited Roth because it's the sister to this. And a lot of people don't know about this unique benefit. So even if you're not married, pay attention.
Yeah.
So first married.
All right, first married, you can do a spousal rollover. So when you pass away, your surviving spouse can inherit your Roth IRA, and it becomes a Roth IRA for them. It's in their name. If they already have a Roth IRA, they can just roll the money of the assets in their Roth IRA in your Roth IRA into their Roth IRA. The nice thing about that is if you have a younger spouse, even doesn't really matter the age, frankly, is they just get to take it into their own account. It's not an inherited Roth, which we're going to talk about here in a second, that has a 10-year clock on it. It can go forever they want. They don't need to do RMD, just like we talked about earlier. And so that's a really cool benefit to the Roth IRA for spouses. You can do the spousal rollover, no RMD.
Now, on this note, please consider updating your estate plan. For those of you out there, 50% of Americans don't even have a will, let alone a trust. And we can set up estate plans in almost all 50 states. We've got a team of 12 lawyers doing it constantly, every day, very affordable. Well, when you do your estate plan, you want to think of, okay, who are the beneficiaries of these different accounts? Maybe you have an old 401k laying around, an old Roth, an old SEP, an old health savings account. You've got LLCs, you've got your home, you've got life insurance. You need to be thinking about all these different assets and which ones you can carve out and go, okay, I've got kids from my first marriage or second marriage and this, and we want to carve things up and yada, yada. Well, the Roth is one that's got such a unique benefit. That's one you may want to carve out and say, okay, that's going to go to the spouse, or it's going to go to a certain kid, or this or that, because there's these different strategies. So this is hopefully a great reminder for you to also get your estate plan done. It's always an important strategy to consider who are the beneficiaries of all these accounts, because you may think that this is going to happen automatic. If you've got the wrong beneficiary on these accounts, what we're talking about isn't going to happen.
Yeah,
so great point.
Great point.
Now, if I just inherit a Roth, oh baby, those are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So if you've got a grandma or grandpa right now, it's good to call them up and go, hey, I'm going to put money in your Roth IRA. Just make me your beneficiary and I'll put that in there for you. Because if I inherit a Roth, what's the benefit?
The nice thing about an inherited Roth is you get to keep it 10 years. Now, this is not for spouses, so this would be a non-spouse beneficiary. Could be kids, grandkids, friend, brother, sister, whatever. But when you inherit that account from the deceased person, they had a Roth, you can do an inherited Roth IRA, which means you get to keep running that thing. Okay. Now, I've got a 10-year window of when I get to keep investing this thing.
A 10-year tax-free ATM?
Yes.
I don't have to wait till I'm 59 and a half?
No.
What?
You can pull it out whenever you want. So it's like year 2, you want to take a bunch of money, go for it. You know, you want to let it all ride for the whole 10-year cycle, let it ride.
Oh, man. Okay, let's repeat that. Call up grandpa or grandma right now and go, mom and dad, and go, hey, I will help fund your Roth IRA if you'll make me the beneficiary, which is fine. Just make sure they have earned income. You gift them some money and help them pump up that Roth IRA. They die in the next is this really morbid what I'm suggesting? Yeah. In the next 5 or 10 years, or who knows what, they pass away. You inherit that Roth at any age. You could be 20 years, 30 years, 40 years old. I can start taking distributions out of that Roth tax-free, penalty-free for the next 10 years, invest it, let it ride, whatever. The coolest thing. So it's like the best.
Yeah, I think, it's funny, we talked about like inheriting assets. What's the number one asset I'd want to inherit? It would be a Roth IRA. If you got $100K in a bank, $100K in a traditional IRA, and $100K in a Roth IRA, I am going to be dying myself to get the 100,000 Roth IRA is what I inherit. Because here's why. That $100,000 Roth IRA, I can go invest it and I can go turn it into 200 grand in the next 10 years, no taxes. That $100,000 traditional IRA, by the way, anything I pull out of that, if I'm in a 30% tax bracket, that's really only worth 70 grand to me because I got to pay the taxes to get out. The Roth IRA, I get every penny out, plus all the investment gains. The individual bank account, same thing. It's just regular money. There's no tax benefits to it if I keep investing it and try to grow that. And so that's the power of the Roth IRA for any of your heirs. And so one of the things I actually had a client do, this is a client worth tens of millions of dollars, had some pretty big accounts. And he was like, I'm converting all of my traditional accounts to Roth, and I'm going to pay all the tax now for my kids and family because I want to lower my estate value because he's in a weird estate tax situation. And now he's getting money out of the state, but was a more valuable asset, a Roth account, than a traditional account for his kids to inherit.
So, little pro tip here. maybe your estate plan's done, but are your parents' estate plans finished, or your grandpa or grandma's? This would be a great time for you to say, hey, let me pay that bill for the lawyer to get your estate plan done. Oh, and my brother and sister, they would love those accounts. They'd love that. Can I just get the Roth? And you can just totally gamify that process. Was this recorded? Did I just say all that out loud?
I mean, I think you're being helpful. So,
I'm being helpful. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because mom and dad need to get their estate plan done. You're the one child that stepped up to the plate and paid for it and got it done. You can take the Roth off the table. I think that's fair.
Someone needs to get it.
Yeah, someone's got to get it. Okay. Number 5, rounding the corner. Matt, what could it be that people just don't know about?
Guys, you can self-direct your Roth IRA. The number one account we have here at Directed IRA is a Roth IRA. And if you're like, what the hell is self-directing, Matt? Your IRA can invest in real estate. It can buy a rental property down the street. It could buy Bitcoin. It could buy other crypto. It can invest in a private fund, a startup, a small business down the street. Your IRA doesn't have to buy publicly traded stocks, mutual funds, or ETFs that you don't even care about or aren't interested or already overallocated in. Okay, it could invest in these quote unquote alternative assets. And so that's what we do every day at our company. We have $2 billion in assets, 20,000 accounts. And these are people that are taking control of their retirement account to invest in what they know. That's what our podcast is all about, the Directed IRA Podcast. So if you're like new to the show here and you're catching some of these perks on Roth IRAs, one of them is just investing it better. Investing in stuff you know that's going to get a greater return and build your account better. And that's what my book's about too, the Self-Directed IRA Handbook.
Now, I know some of you are like, where am I going to find these assets? Where do I learn about what my Roth can invest in? Wouldn't it be nice if you guys held maybe a 2-day conference of some sort about alternative investments and helped us know about it? We ought to do that. Oh, we are?
Yeah, October 24th and 25th here in Scottsdale, Arizona, altassetsummit.com. You can learn about investing in rental real estate, multifamily, commercial, distressed assets, crypto, private equity, venture capital. We have speakers in all these areas. This is what they do. They have expertise in this. They're going to talk about how you invest in these different types of asset classes so you're not investing in just some boring mutual fund. You can't even say the name of it.
And only if we could broadcast it virtually so the people that couldn't make it to Phoenix, not that you wouldn't want to come to Phoenix in October,
This is the best time. End of October is an amazing time.
Man, we ought to broadcast it.
We're even playing golf on Saturday.
I wish we could broadcast it. Oh, we are. So if you want to buy a virtual ticket, get over to altassetsummit.com. Is that right? Altassetsummit.com. Get a ticket. Get a bowl of popcorn. Get the whole family around the computer screen and say, let's invest in our Roth together. Let's find something cool to do together. And, oh, by the way, did you guys know about 4 other unique benefits of a Roth? You can be a superstar and share the last 4 strategies as well. How fun is that?
Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, we hope we open your eyes to some things you didn't think about of a Roth IRA. A lot of people know the tax-free growth. I mean, that's the really cool thing. Yeah. But there's so many more things to it and benefits that Roth IRAs have that other accounts don't. So please make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want to give you tips on how to save wealth, how to save taxes.
And I'll give a shameless plug to this little goodie right here, the book titled The Self-Directed IRA Handbook, 2nd edition, written by the infamous Matt Sorensen. When is the 3rd edition coming out? Get to work.
No, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. The tax laws haven't changed. Once the laws change, if we get some, we could have a new president. Oh, we're going to have a new president. We could. We're going to have a new president one way or the other. Because thank goodness for that. But anyways, we're going to have one way or the other, and there might be some tax changes. And if there are, that's going to need a new book.
Yep. So get a copy of that. Some of you may like video, learning with video. Both of our YouTube channels have so much content. You might like this podcast platform. That's your primary way you love to learn. Get back and check out our 100+ episodes of other podcasts on all these different topics. And some of you might like to read. So we've got the incredible book, The Self-Directed IRA Handbook. Some of you like to come to a live conference. We've got that. People, however you want to learn this content, it is imperative that you learn it. We've got the medium, the platform for you to learn it. We're not going anywhere. We love you. We love the American dream. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.